Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking pregame. A look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. And now, Viking pregame.
Good evening and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, and tonight we have a basketball doubleheader for you. This is all due to the expected weather tomorrow. And our first game tonight, the 5-1 Viking girls are getting ready to take on the 1-2 Mondovi Buffaloes. The Vikings are coming off a 67-55 win over the Stanley Boyd Orioles last Saturday, while the Buffaloes are coming off a 52-40 loss to the Fall Creek Crickets also on Saturday. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Mondovi Buffaloes and the Colfax Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Serrar's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll send it out to Colfax High School, where we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game. So, it's time to get ready for a whole bunch of exciting high school basketball, girls coming first, and all that coming up right after this brief timeout as you're tuned to Viking pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Welcome back to Viking pregame, where we're getting ready to bring you the first game of a doubleheader and all of that action in the girls' game between the Mondovi Buffaloes and the Colfax Vikings. The Vikings are looking to keep things rolling following their 67-55 win over the Stanley Boyd Orioles on Saturday. In that game, the Vikings once again used a balanced scoring attack with 7 players putting up points. Leading the way for the Vikings in scoring was sophomore McKenna Shipman, who hit on 9 field goals, 1 for 3 from the free throw line, and a 3-pointer for 22 points. Following Shipman were Maddie Barstead and Emily Bertram Schofield, who scored 11 and 10 points respectively. Thus far this season, the Vikings are led in scoring by Shipman, who's averaging nearly 15 points per game. She's followed by Barstead, who's putting up over 11 points per game. Also leading contributors include Emily Bertram Schofield with over 10 points per game, as well as Jasmine Best and Jillian Bovey, who are adding over 5 points per game each. The leading rebounders for the Vikings this season is also Shipman, who's pulling down nearly 7 boards per game. She's followed by Barstead, who's averaging over 5 rebounds per game. Then come Bertram Schofield and Hajdukovic, who are each averaging 5 per game. The Mondovi Buffaloes are coming off a 52-40 loss at the hands of the Fall Creek Crickets on Saturday. Leading the way in a losing effort for the Buffaloes was 5'6" senior guard Morgan Clark with 5 field goals, 1 for 1 from the free throw line, and 3 3-pointers for a total of 12 points. She was followed by sophomore Ava Gray, who accounted for 10 points. Currently leading the way for the Buffaloes on the season is Gray, who's averaging 15 points per game. She's followed by Clark, who's putting up nearly 12 points per game. Clark, Gray, and Amber Lund combined to account for 13 rebounds per game. The Vikings are averaging nearly 62 points per game. Many of those points are a direct result of the Vikings' aggressive defensive turnovers. The Buffaloes are averaging just over 53 points per game, with their highest output being 59 points that they scored in a losing effort against Ellsworth on November 16th. Coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get Coach Sarar's perspective as we chat with her on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, what they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Today we're talking with Viking girls head coach Courtney Sarar. And Coach, last Saturday, the Vikings defeated the Stanley Boyd Orioles 67-55 in a game that wasn't really the prettiest game the Vikings have played this season. Your comments about that one?
Yeah, I think it was, just kind of out of sync for us. We, had a big day of, working the tournament all day and then not playing till late at night and playing 3 games. We just seemed a little flat. So, but we were able to get the win. A lot more good than bad. We just needed to clean it up a little bit. So.
Okay. When once again in that game, you had 7 girls contributing to the scoring. It's got to be somewhat reassuring to have a really balanced scoring attack like you seem to have.
Yeah, we have a lot of girls who can put the ball in the basket. So obviously I think we look to Maddie and Kenna to do a lot of our scoring. But, all of our starters, Emily, Jill, Jazzy, and even, Molly, Jeanette, Ainsley off of the bench, they can all, put the ball in the basket. So Jenna is capable of making huge shots, and so is Aaliyah. So it's nice to know that, if they're going to try to shut down somebody else, then, someone else is just going to step up that night.
Now, tonight, the Vikings are going to take on the Mondovi Buffaloes. Now, what can you tell us about the Buffaloes?
I mean, they're long, lanky, athletic. They beat us at home last year. And I know it would make their year to beat us again here at home tonight. So we have to make sure, like I've said a couple times, that we just come ready to play from the start. We've been looking, a little bit at their 1-3-1, their 1-2-2, and I think we're really prepared for tonight. So I'm hoping the girls can just, right from the start, just come relaxed and ready to play.
Now, it appears as though, at least offensively, the Buffaloes rely quite a bit on Ava Gray and Morgan Clark. Both present a serious threat from three-point land, with Clark hitting on over 80% of her three-point attempts and Gray hitting on somewhere around 63%. What can the Vikings do to hold these two girls in check?
Yeah, we've talked about that. They're both capable of putting the ball in the basket, and they have a few other girls who are as well. So we just have to play great team defense, help each other, rotate, and not just give them easy looks. So we want everything that they shoot to be difficult. And then, I'm always big on boxing and rebounding. So one tough shot and done. I think that will limit their tries towards the hoop. So. But yeah, a lot of, 1 through 5, they all have their work cut out for them tonight in their defensive matchups.
Now, the Vikings have had nearly a week to rest up following last week, which was pretty grueling. How are the girls health-wise, and are they ready to get into the meat of the conference schedule?
Yeah, it was nice to kind of have some more time to practice this week and just work on some things that we needed to work on and take a look at some things that we're going to see in the upcoming games. So I think they're feeling fresh and ready to play a game again.
That would be awesome. Well, Coach Sarar, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings will be able to keep that conference record unblemished.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. The Vikings are looking to get off to a little faster start so that they can continue on their winning ways and further build on their daunting defense and quick scoring offense. On the other hand, the Buffaloes would like to get back on the winning track and keep their conference record unblemished. So the stage is set for some exciting high school girls basketball, and we'll have all the action for you on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now in just a moment, we'll send it out to Colfax High School, where we will bring you all the action of tonight's girls game, and then that will be followed by all the action of tonight's boys game between the Colfax Vikings and the Mondovi Buffaloes. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. But I need that back. No. Kevin!
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking basketball.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Slayton's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Slayton's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Slayton's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Slayton's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Slayton's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Colfax Viking basketball is on the air.
Adielski's pass gets intercepted. Barstead, she brings it back down the floor. Cuts into the lane. Jumper from the lane, nothing but net time.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly presents tonight's Colfax Viking girls varsity basketball game.
Barstead over to the left side to Best, who puts up the three and hit it. Jasmine Best with a three-pointer. She's got 8 points.
Join us as we head out to the gym for tonight's Viking basketball.
Pass down the left side to Hajdukovic. Hook shot goes up and in. Jeanette Hajdukovic with the power forward hook. And good evening and welcome to Colfax High School, where we have a doubleheader for you. Rick Olson here along with Dan Petchow. Chris Olson on the camera, and we've got the first game of our doubleheader coming up with the Colfax Viking girls against the the Mondovi Buffalo girls. Well, Durand, Mondovi, they're like the Twin Cities of Wisconsin, aren't they, Dan?
Well,
so,
as they say it in Mondovi, that Durand is the suburb.
The suburb, okay. See, Dan is a former Mondovi guy himself, and so
there's definitely a rivalry down there.
So anyway, the junior varsity game ran a little bit long. Vikings came out on top in a fairly close one. And so we're going to get a little bit of extra time before we bring you tonight's game. The doubleheader tonight was not the original game plan. This game tonight that we're about to see was supposed to actually happen tomorrow night, but because of this impending winter storm, we have winter storm warnings out. 5 to 10 inches of snow is the latest that I saw.
Get out the shovels.
Yeah, but that's why it got moved to tonight. So this way we get both games in. Nobody gets us snowed out, and no games have to be rescheduled other than just moving it to tonight. They're getting all the JV games in. There's even a C team on the boys' side. Fortunately, Colfax has 3 gymnasiums that they can do this, and the girls' JV game just got done, and we're getting ready for the girls' varsity game. I'll tell you what, we're going to have Dan give the starting lineups in just a minute, but prior to that, we're going to take a brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
When it comes to your finances, security is just so important. Dairy State Bank's online banking and mobile app offers dozens of new and enhanced real-time alerts. Whether an ATM withdrawal is made or a login to your account failed, you'll instantly know. So now, the technology that makes it easier to manage your money is also making it safer. Visit dairystatebank.com or call to learn more. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State Bank.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. And Dan, we've got about 10 minutes plus before the start of this game. So why don't you give us a little preview on who's playing tonight?
Yeah, here's the starters for Mondovi. They're going to go with number 10, senior Morgan Clark. 5'7", junior, number 12, Paige Everson. 5'6", senior, number 14, Josie Hulke. 5'7", senior, number 15, Lily Krybeck. And 5'5", senior, number 23, Catherine Thompson.
And before you get to the Vikings, again, keep an eye on Everson. And although she's not starting tonight, don't be surprised we see a major contribution coming from Ava Gray as well. And Hulke has always been a thorn in the side, and Morgan Clark has been kind of a thorn in the side of the Vikings as well for the past few years.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah, there's a few extra this year because Mondovi lost some, so we don't have Johnson in there anymore, which was kind of a big key to their inside play last year. So we'll see what they go with this year.
So what do the Vikings have lined up against them?
So for the Colfax Vikings, they're going to go with number 12, 5'6", senior, Jillian Bovey. They're going to go with 5'7", senior, number 22, Maddie Barstead. 5'7", senior, number 24, Emily Bertram Schofield. 5'6", junior, number 32, Jasmine Best. And 5'7", sophomore, number 42, McKenna Shipman.
So, as I've said before, the Vikings are a swarm of bees with Bovey, Barstead, Bertram, Schofield, Best, and then we've got a Shipman out there to bundle it all up. And that's what's going to be facing the Mondovi Buffaloes tonight.
Yeah, you know, I'm not really for sure what the matchup is going to be like tonight because Mondovi's got some different starters that we saw last year. So they'll have to kind of match up in the first half and go from there.
Okay, and we got a little bit of time left before the start of this one, before they give the player introductions from the scoring table. So with that in mind, we'll take this time out, and you're tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
We're back here at Colfax High School. There we go. And Dan, Vikings are back into conference play.
Yeah, good start, 1-0. If they can jump out right now, get to a 2-0, that'll be putting them really nice in the conference.
And Mondovi is one of the, in the favored group of teams in the conference, so the Vikings could have their hands full. And in talking with Coach Serrar, both after the game last Saturday and in Coach's Corner today, it was pretty clear that she's expecting them to play a much cleaner game tonight than they did against Stanley Boyd. And because if they play like they did against Stanley Boyd, they're going to have a long night tonight.
Yeah, you know, each game, it's not a given. You know, they really got to work at it every night. And, you know, and then you hit some of the tougher teams like Mondovi. You got to be kind of up your game a little bit.
So they're just going to have the feet moving, play with high energy, play that tough, in-your-face defense that they've been playing. They didn't play it so much against Stanley Boyd, but in the two previous games, they sure did. And they're going to have to do that tonight.
Right, yeah. They're going to have to box out, make sure they get the rebounds, and don't let Mondovi get second chances.
And that was something that Coach Serrar really pointed out as well. Do not give them second chances. One and done. And, of course, the last couple games that she reminded us of that, the Viking defense really picked it up. And for a lot of the times, it was none and done.
Yeah, right.
And didn't even let the other team get across the timeline. Some of that action tonight would be real beneficial to the Vikings.
Yeah, if they can keep them off the boards, make them shoot some threes, you know, and try to make it a perimeter game, Colfax is going to have a good chance to win. So,
we've got just a couple minutes before they get started down at the scorer's table, and we're going to take this one more time out before we get things going. You're tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School Girls Basketball. Our next game will be on Tuesday, December 14th, when the Vikings host the Durand Panthers. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pregame at 6:55 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking Girls Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Tuesday, December 14th.
And that's basketball coming up next week. That's next week on Tuesday. Viking girls taking on the Durand Panthers. here at Colfax. And as it said in the ad, 6:55 will be our pregame show with Viking pregame. Don't forget, coming up right after this game, we have the Viking boys taking on the Mondovi Buffaloes. And here's how that's going to work. As soon as this game is done, we will have a short version of Viking postgame. Then we will have to turn things off for just a minute or two, come right back on the air, and with the pregame show for the Viking boys game. Go ahead, Dan.
I think I'm in heaven tonight.
Yeah, Dan, if the only thing that would make this better for Dan is if it were hockey.
You're right.
So anyway, then don't forget that coming up on Saturday, I guess now we should say weather permitting, but coming up on Saturday, we have more Viking boys basketball, as the boys are going to be in the Northwest Tip-Off Classic at UW Stout. They'll be taking on McDonald's Central Max. And our coverage in that one, this is a slight change, by the way. Our coverage in that will be with Viking pregame at 12:55 p.m. And that'll be followed by live play-by-play action. That's scheduled for a 1:15 tip-off. But then, of course, you know how those tournament-type days go. One game goes into overtime, and then who knows what you've got. Yeah. But as of now, that's what it's scheduled for. That's Colfax boys basketball Saturday on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Tonight, the Bloomer Colfax wrestling team is over in Bloomer taking on Regis Altoona. And wrestling action will begin at 7 o'clock for that one. And we're about to send it down to the table for our national anthem and player introductions. We'll see if they do as good a job as Dan did. I highly doubt it. So we'll send it down to the scorers table. A little bonus national anthem coverage pre-recorded. And so now we have to wait for Athletic Director Mike Hodel to make the trip back down. As he's now returning to the scorers table and will give us the starting lineups.
Welcome to Colfax High School for tonight's NLWN-TV Girls Basketball matchup between the Mondovi Buffaloes and your Colfax Vikings. Introducing the starters for the Lady Buffaloes. Number 10, a senior, Morgan Clark. Number 12, a junior, Paige Peterson. Number 14, a senior, Josie Hulke. Number 15, a senior, Liliana Frederick. And number 23, a senior, Jacqueline Thompson. The Lady Buffaloes are led by head coach Colin Driggs. And now the starting lineup for your Colfax Vikings. Number 12, a senior, Juliet Mondovi.
And so that's the starting lineups as given by Colfax Athletic Director Mike Hodel. Out on the floor for the Mondovi Buffaloes, Clark, Everson, Hulke, Krybeck, and Thompson. And it looks like Everson will be jumping in the center circle. Here come the Vikings out on the floor. Bovey, Barstead, Bertram, Schofield, Best, and Shipman. Shipman will be jumping center for the Vikings. Vikings will be moving from left to right. Ball goes up. It's tipped and controlled by the Vikings. They give it to Best as she comes across the timeline. Over to Barstead. Now they get it back out to Best. To Bertram Schofield from three. Rattles around. It doesn't go. Rebound. Tapped back inbounds by the Buffaloes. Clark has it. She gets it over to Krybeck. Krybeck to Thompson. Thompson across the timeline. Gets it over to Clark. She's high, wide, and right. Gets it over to the left side to Everson, back to Clark. Clark back to Everson on the right side. Over to Clark. She's working the right side. She gets it down to Hulke. Hulke across to Everson. Over to Thompson. Three-pointer on the way. No good off the iron. Vikings come away with the rebound. Bovey got the rebound. Best takes it across the timeline. Over to Barstead on the right. To Bertram Schofield from three. Rattles around. It does not go. Looked just like the last one. Down the floor comes... Down the floor come the Buffaloes. Thompson with it. Gets it to Clark. Takes it around the left side. Now out between the circles and dribbles over to the right side. Gives it off to Hulke. Now over to Everson. To Thompson. Back over to Everson on the right side. Three-pointer on the way. It's no good. Barstead with the rebound. Gives it to Best. Best across the timeline on the left. Gets it to Barstead on the right. To Bertram Schofield on the right, drives the baseline, kicks it back out to Barstead, puts up the three. She misses it, but the putback by Shipman is good. And the Vikings take a 2-0 lead.
That's why I hang around the rim.
Clark with it. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. A foul on Emily Bertram Schofield. It's the first foul on anybody. And the Buffaloes inbound it. Thompson gets it to Everson in the forecourt. Now over to Hulke. Hulke puts up the 2. She was just inside the arc. And it's tied at 2. Best brings it across the timeline. Over to Barstead on the left to Bertram Schofield, driving the left baseline and puts it up no good. Rebound taken away by Hulke. Over to Clark, across the timeline. Drives down the right side, turns, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Bovey. Long pass to Bertram Schofield, a little bit too far, tries to knock it back in, and it's picked up by Hulke. Hulke over to Krybeck. Krybeck throws it over to Thompson, but it's a little too high for her, goes out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball on the near side.
Both teams a little ragged at the start here.
Bovey to inbound to Best. Best across the timeline. Over to Bovey on the right side. Feeds it into the lane to Barstead. Over to Bertram Schofield. She puts it up and in. Emily Bertram Schofield. Nice pass that time from Barstead to Bertram Schofield under the basket. Everson with it. Coming down the left side. Cross-court pass. Putting it up is no good. That was Krybeck with the shot. And she's going to go to the line to shoot 2. That's a foul on Bertram Schofield. It's her second. Shot is up and no good. Olsen into the lineup for Bertram Schofield. Krybeck gets the ball for her second shot. It's on the way. No basket. We have a lane violation being called against, I believe it was against Thompson. Into the lane a little bit early. So the score remains Vikings 4, Buffaloes 2. Best with it. Feeds it to Barstead. Over to Bovey in the forecourt. Feeding it down to Shipman. She lays it up and in. McKenna Shipman with the 2. Vikings putting on some full court pressure. Buffaloes break it. Krybeck feeds it across to Everson. She lays it up and in. It appears as though the Buffaloes were ready for that press. Vikings have it. Olsen down in the left corner. Barstead tries to get a cross-court pass. Olsen picked up the loose ball. Now it's over in the right corner to Bovey. Out to Best. Best drives the lane, tries to put it up. She's a little soft on it. Here comes the Buffaloes down the floor. Pass gets stolen by Shipman, but her attempt to get it to Olsen was picked up by Clark. Everson with it on the left side. Back out between the circles to Clark. Over to the right side to Hulke. Three-pointer goes up by Clark. It's no good. And Best quickly down the floor. Puts on the brakes. Bovey with a three-pointer. She missed it. And the rebound goes to Krybeck. To Clark. Long pass down the floor to Thompson. Thompson being guarded by Olsen over on the right side. Feeding it down underneath to Clark. Shot goes up. It's no good. Loose ball on the floor. Chased down by Mondovi. Clark has it. She gets it out to Hulke. Hulke puts up the three and she hit it. Puts Mondovi on top 7-6. 13:04 to go in the first half. Best with it. Now they get it out to Bovey in the right corner. She hit the three. And the Vikings go back up on top, 9-7. Vikings putting on some full court pressure. Krybeck in big trouble. And we get a timeout on the floor. Vikings 9, Buffaloes 7. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School boys basketball.
This is what we came in for.
Our next game will be on Saturday, December 11th, when the Vikings travel to UW Stouting Menominee to take on the Chippewa Falls McDonald Max. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pregame around 11:25 a.m. That's live Colfax Viking Boys Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Saturday, December 11th.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. And that ad was just a little bit of ahead of itself because actually the next game is right after this one, the next boys game, as the boys will be taking on the Mondovi Buffaloes. Then on Saturday, it'll be the McDonald Mats. Buffaloes have the ball. Coming down, they get it across the timeline. It's over to Merton. Merton gets it to DeWitt. DeWitt puts it up from the side of the lane. It's no good. And down comes Best with the ball. She's got it between the circles for the Vikings. Takes it over to the right side. Feeds it down to the right corner to Barstead. Cross court pass to Olsen. High, wide, and left to Best. Tajdukovic to Barstead, puts up the three, she hit it.
Yeah,
Maddie Barstead with a three-pointer, 12-7.
Good ball movement.
And the Vikings get the ball stolen and come down the floor again. Hydorn with it, gets it over to Barstead, long shot, she hit it again! Maddie Barstead with the long three-pointer, 15-7, Vikings on top. Vikings putting pressure on in the backcourt. They get it into the forecourt. Merton on the dribble, feeds it into the lane to Lund, out to DeWitt. DeWitt over to Gray, to Merton. She's got it between the circles, to DeWitt. Now over to the left side, shot goes up. That was by Gray, it's no good. Barstead brings it down the floor. Feeds it over to Hydorn on the right side to Tajdukovic in the lane. Back out to Hydorn to Barstead. Puts up the three. It does not go. High off the glass that time is Lund with the rebound for the Buffaloes. Down the floor they come with Merton. Feeds it to Gray. Gray on the dribble on the right side. Ball gets knocked loose. Best with it. Barstead dribbled it on the baseline. And so it's going to go over to the Buffaloes. Best and Barstead take a seat. Vikings on top, 15-7. Ball comes in, shot goes up and in by Merton. 15-9. Bovey with it. Over to Olsen on the left side. Down into the lane for Tajdukovic, gets knocked out of bounds by Cassie Thompson. This is Cassie Thompson. Catherine Thompson was on that starting lineup. Pass comes into Tajdukovic. Her shot gets partially blocked. She got it back, though. Got it to Shipman. Shipman puts it up. It does not go in. Follows her own shot. Puts it up and in. Kenna Shipman.
6 points.
And we're going to get a travel called on Ava Gray. She kind of lost the handle on the ball a little bit, juggled it from one hand to another, and then all of a sudden she came down, and it was a travel. And we're going to have a hockey line change for the Buffaloes. 5 in, 5 out. This looks like the starter's back in. Olsen with it, high, wide, and left. Puts it to the floor, drives towards the lane, kicks it out to Tajdukovic. Gets it back to Olsen. Olsen takes it back out. Ball gets knocked loose, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Hydorn. Mondovi ball. Clark inbounds it to Thompson. This is Catherine Thompson now. Back to Clark. Comes across the timeline, takes it over to the right side. She's out between the circles, drives down the right side of the lane, puts it up, and it goes in. Down the floor come the Vikings. Olsen with it at the free throw line. She turns around, gets it to Tajdukovic, who lays it up and in. 19-11, Vikings on top. Vikings putting pressure on. Clark has it way in the backcourt. Feeds it into the forecourt. Long pass gets tipped. Krybeck has it. Gets it out to Hulke. Puts up the shot. No good. Hydorn with the ball. Feeds it down to Shipman. Gets the handle on it. Feeds it to Hajdukovic, who lays it up and in. Jeanette Hajdukovic. Buffaloes come down the floor. Hulke gets it over to Everson, out to Clark, to Thompson. Cross-court pass to Everson. Drives the right baseline, puts it up, and it's blocked. Hajdukovic blocked it out of bounds.
Colfax doing it at both ends right now.
Vikings up by 10. Ball comes into Hulke. Over to Clark. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound taken down by Bovey. Bovey with it. Gets it over to Hydorn. Hydorn on the right side. Out high to Olsen between the circles. Over to Bovey. Bovey spins, drives the lane, lost the handle as she went up, and it went off her knee and out of bounds. And she's saying to the official, it never hit my knee.
Pleads her case, but
didn't get very far, did she? And there's no appellate court this time. Down the floor come the Buffaloes. Everson inside the arc, no good. Rebound taken down by Krybeck. Gets it out to Thompson. To Hulke on the right side. To Thompson. On the left side now to Clark. Takes it to the lane. Over to Everson on the right side. Drives the right baseline. Ball gets knocked away. Olsen saves it in bounds, but saves it right to Thompson for the Buffaloes. Three-pointer by Clark goes up and in. 21-14, Vikings on top. Bovey with it. Feeds it to Olsen in the right corner. Then into the lane to Shipman. She tries to go up with it. Ball got partially blocked. They are letting them play under the hoop. Clark with it. And a shot completely blocked by Shipman. Down the floor. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Hydorn put on the brakes. And Thompson was not able to do it. It'll be the first foul on Thompson. First foul on the Buffaloes.
Mondovi's starting to get a little rhythm right now.
Vikings inbound it to Best. Across the timeline. Takes it over to the right side. Down to the right baseline to Bovey. Feeds it to Barstead in the lane. Lays it up and in. Maddie Barstead puts it in. And the ball gets taken away by Shipman. Feeds over to Bovey, overlays it. Barstead puts it back up. It does not go in. Down the floor come the Buffaloes. Krybeck with it. Gets it over to Clark to Thompson. Thompson puts up the three. It's no good. Down the floor come the Vikings. Shipman on the layup. It won't go in. Hajdukovic puts it up, no good. Shipman with the putback. It's no good. And down the floor come the Buffaloes. Thompson with it. She takes it across the timeline. Feeds it down the left side to Krybeck. To Clark, out high. To Hulke. Got tipped away, but she chased it down. To Everson, high, wide, and right. Takes it to the free throw line. Feeds it down to the left baseline. To Krybeck, into the lane. Underneath the Clark. Puts the shot up. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Shipman. Shipman gets it over to Bovey. Bovey to Best on the right side. Tries the right baseline. Cross-court pass. Now they get it to Hajdukovic. He lays it up and in. 6 points for Jeanette Hajdukovic tonight. 25-14. Vikings up by 11. Buffaloes bring it down the floor. Everson on the dribble on the right side. Closely guarded by Best. Feeds it into the lane to Thompson. Puts the shot up from the lane. It's short. It was quite a bit short. Bovey brings it down the floor for the Vikings. Feeds it over to Best. To Bovey. To Shipman from three. It's short. And Barstead tried to save it. Was not able to. We have some substitutions coming in for the Buffaloes. Maddie Merton and Ava Gray are in. along with Shaylee DeWitt. Putting the shot up is Merton. The shot is no good. We have a whistle underneath and a jump ball being called. Possession arrow in favor of Mondovi. 5:17 to go in the first half. Inbound pass to Merton. Merton at the top of the key. Gets it over to Gray. Gray driving the right baseline, puts it up, it goes in. 25-16. Long pass down the floor to Hajdukovic. She puts the shot up. It doesn't go. She was wide open, but she got her own rebound. No good. Puts the next one up. It's no good, but she got fouled this time.
Yeah, good job by Hajdukovic. Stays with it. Goes to the line.
Foul is on Ava Gray. It's her first personal, second team foul on the Mondovi Buffaloes. First shot is up. It's off the front of the iron. No good. Second shot off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound chased down by Barstead. Feeds it towards the lane, and it gets intercepted by the Buffaloes. Everson with it. Feeding it down the floor. It gets tipped, but chased down by Gray. Now they get it out to Everson. Three-pointer on the way. Off the iron. It's no good. Put-back shot is up and off, but drawing the foul is Morgan Clark. Foul's on Barstead. It's her first personal. Third team foul on the Vikings. First shot is no good. Second shot. That one's good. 25-17. Vikings up by 8. Best on the dribble. Tries to take it into the lane. Loses the handle. Down the floor come the Buffaloes, and dragging her feet was Ava Gray. She tried to pass the ball off, and in the process of shifting it from one hand to the other, she dragged that pivot foot.
Yeah, both teams, for some reason, want to run right now.
Pass comes into Bovey for the Vikings. Bovey's double teamed. And we're going to get a foul, and I believe it's being called on Gray. It is. It'll be on the floor. It's the second foul on Gray, third foul on Mondovi. Bovey to inbound. And she gets it into Best. Best over to Shipman on the left side. Feeds it to Best on the left baseline. Tries to feed it into the lane. It gets knocked out of bounds by Clark. So it'll be Viking ball. Buffaloes are doing a good job of plugging up those passing lanes. Best has it. Over to Bovey. To Barstead. To Shipman. Lays it up and in. McKenna Shipman with the 2. She tips the pass. The Buffaloes recover it. And down the floor they come. Pass down into the right corner. Three-pointer from there is up. It's no good. That was a shot by Cassie Thompson. And the Vikings have the rebound. Best comes to the top of the key. Feeds it back out to Barstead. Barstead from the right or left baseline. And it's no good. Ball got partially blocked. And the Buffaloes come down the floor. Clark with it. On the right side, spins, puts it up, it goes in and draws the harm.
Tough shot.
Foul's on Bovey. It's her first personal. Fourth team foul on the Vikings. Free throw is up, it's no good. Olsen with a high rebound. And down the floor come the Vikings. Best on the dribble. Feeds it over to Olsen, high, wide, and left. Down into the left corner to Bovey. Out to Shipman at the top of the key. Drives into the lane. Tries to get it over to Best. Couldn't control the pass, and it missed the target. It's out of bounds. Mondovi with the ball. Clark on the dribble. She takes it over to the right side. Pass a little bit behind Everson, but she grabs it. Cross-court pass. Now out to Catherine Thompson. Then to Merton. Merton at the top of the key. Thompson on the right side from three. Missed. Bovey with the rebound. She gets it over to Best. Best feeds it down to Barstead. Barstead with the jumper. She hit it. Maddie Barstead with about an 8-foot jumper. 29-19.
She already has 3 3-pointers.
10 points on the day for Maddie Barstead. Vikings inbound the ball. Barstead coming down the floor. Drives the lane, puts it up, and circles around and does not go in. Gets knocked out of bounds, but it'll be Vikings ball. Hydorn to inbound. Ball goes out to Barstead. She drives into the lane, tries to put the shot up, and she's going to get fouled on the way up. A little slow getting up off the floor. She got tripped trying to go to the basket. Fouls on Clark. It's her first personal. 4th team foul on the Buffaloes. Hajdukovic getting ready to check in. Barstead's first shot is good. 30-19. Evidently Hajdukovic is coming in for Barstead, or she would have come in there. Second shot's no good. Clark on the rebound. Down the floor come the Buffaloes. Everson back out to Clark. Over to Thompson between the circles. Then it's to Cassie Thompson. Takes it down the left side of the lane. Kind of a hook shot from the left side of the lane goes in. Down the floor comes Best to the right corner. Gets it out to Hydorn. Hydorn on the right side. Takes it to the free throw line. Over to Shipman. Shipman drives to the right elbow. Gets it to Best on the right baseline. Out high to Hydorn. Feeds it into the lane to Barstead. It's no good. Follow-up is good by Shipman. That's 10 points tonight for McKenna Shipman.
Yeah, good job by crash the boards there.
Clark with it. On the left side. Gets it over to Merton. Back out to Clark. To Thompson. This is Catherine Thompson. To Cassie Thompson. 3-pointer on the way. It's good. I don't know if she called the bank to secure the loan that time, but it went off the bank and in. 32-24. And being tied up in the backcourt was Best. But Mondovi lost the pass. Long pass down to Barstead. She lays it up and it goes in. Vikings stuck with it, scrapping for it.
Mondovi lost Maddie Barstead.
Yeah, they did. They lost track of her. It's kind of like Devontae Adams, wide open down deep. Vikings will have the ball out of bounds. 34-24. 19 seconds to go in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we have a Viking profile coming up and the Colfax High School report. Ball goes into Best. Best on the dribble. Takes it into the lane. Tries to go up with it. Got fouled on the way up. Just over 10 seconds remaining. That's a foul on Catherine Thompson. It's her second. 5th team foul. Not that that's going to matter at this point. First shot by Best is good. Best breaks into the scoring column.
Yeah, we already have 6 girls for Colfax in points.
And there's her second shot. It's good. 36-24, Vikings on top. 8 seconds to go. Down the floor, long three-pointer went off the cable. It's no good. It did go through, but it went off the support cable with it's bond time. 007. Olsen with a long shot. It's picked up by Mondovi, and the horn goes off, and that's the end of the first half. Vikings 36, the Mondovi Buffaloes 24. We've got Viking halftime coming up, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's edition of Viking Profile and the Colfax High School Report. That's all coming up following this brief timeout.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
We're talking with Jenna Goodell on Viking Profile, and Jenna is a senior at Colfax High School. Now, Jenna, we know that you play basketball, but are you involved in any other activities here at school?
Yes, I run cross country in the fall, and I play softball in the spring.
And you got to compete at state in cross country, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, and I got a chance to watch Jenna run at state, and I'll tell you what, she may not be the fastest person out there, but she does give some of the best effort I've seen from anybody. Now, when did you start playing basketball, and what kind of experience has it been for you?
I started playing in 3rd grade, and it's been a really good experience for me, and I've learned a lot, and especially about teamwork and working with others.
So what's the most important thing that you've learned playing basketball?
Working with others, like I would say teamwork, no matter what, like under the circumstances.
Somehow you got to get together and make it work, right?
Yeah.
So when you're not playing basketball or you're not here at school, what are some other things that interest you or keep you occupied?
I love outdoors. I like hunting and fishing, kayaking, hiking.
Okay. I've got a couple rapid fire questions for you.
Okay.
Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Ice cream.
Favorite flavor?
Espresso.
Ooh, espresso. Okay. Your favorite color and why?
Blue, because I just like it.
Okay. If you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
To read people's minds.
Then you'd know if they were thinking nasty stuff about you.
Yeah.
Now, with a superpower like that, of course you have to have a superhero name to go with it. So what would Jenna's superhero name be?
Super thinker.
Super thinker, all right. Jenna, your favorite NBA or WNBA team?
The Bucks.
Okay. And your favorite collegiate team?
The Badgers.
All right. We're talking with Jenna Goodell on Viking Profile. And Jenna, what are your plans for after high school?
As of right now, I'm going to lacrosse to study pre-PA.
Okay. All right. How about a shout out to your family?
Hi guys, thanks for supporting me throughout the years, and yeah.
Okay. Now, when people watch Viking games, where are they going to find Jenna Goodell on the floor?
I'm a guard, so on the wings.
Okay. All right. We want to thank Jenna Goodell for joining us today on Viking Profile. We have more Viking Halftime coming up right after this.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
Time now for the Colfax High School report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School.
The Colfax Vikings athletics got back into full swing last week with the girls basketball team having 3 games, the boys had 2, and the wrestlers had a season opening tournament. The Viking girls went 3-0 last week with dominating performances over the Clear Lake Warriors 70-43 and the Glenwood City Hilltoppers 76-21. The girls wrapped up the week by defeating Stanley Boyd 67-55 last Saturday. Those victories leave the girls with a season record of 5 wins and 1 loss. They're 1-0 in the Dun St. Croix Conference. The Viking boys opened their 2021-2022 season with a 50-45 win over the Amory Warriors. Then they ran into a buzzsaw when they suffered an 81-35 loss at the hands of the Bloomer Blackhawks. That leaves the boys with a record of 1 win and 1 loss on the season. The Bloomer Colfax wrestlers competed in the John Tim duels at Glenwood City last Saturday. The Grapplers placed 4th out of 7 teams. The Bloomer Colfax finished with the 5 dual meets with a record of 2 wins and 3 losses. This week, it's the boys basketball team to have a very busy week with games on Tuesday at Glenwood City. Thursday, they'll host Mondovi, and on Saturday, they will take on the McDonald Central Max in the Northwest Tip-Off Classic at UW Stout. We will have all 3 games on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. On Friday, the Viking girls will host the Mondovi Buffaloes. We will also have that game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Bloomer Colfax wrestling team will host the Regis Altoona team in a dual meet on Thursday at Bloomer High School. Wrestling action begins at 7 p.m. Then on Saturday the 11th, the Grapplers travel to Eau Claire North to participate in the 32-team North High Wrestling Varsity Invitational. Wrestling begins at 9 a.m. Coming up next week, the Viking girls will have games on Tuesday the 14th and Friday the 17th. On Tuesday, they will host the Durand Panthers, and on Friday, they will travel to Boyceville to take on the Boyceville Bulldogs. We'll have both of those games on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Viking boys will play on Thursday next week when they host the Durand Panthers. We'll also have that game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Bloomer Colfax wrestling team will travel to Boyceville for a dual meet on Thursday. Wrestling action begins at 7 p.m. Then on Friday the 17th, the Grapplers travel to Cameron, where wrestling begins at 5 p.m. In other school news, the annual holiday programs will be held on Tuesday of this week. Junior kindergarten will be at 9 a.m. and at 12:30 p.m. Kindergarten will be at 10:30 a.m. Grades 1 through 4 will be at 1:30 p.m. and grades 5 through 8 will be held at 7 p.m. If you can't make it to a concert and still wish to see it, you can find it on the Colfax School website at Viking TV. And that's what's happening for the week of December 5th through the 11th at Colfax High School.
You've been tuned to the Colfax High School report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School. Stay tuned. Coming up next is more Viking halftime and then second half action.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Vikings on top, 36-24. Dan, let's see how quickly you can tell us who scored.
Yep. For Mondovi, we have Morgan Clark with 8, Paige Everson with 2, Josie Hulke with 5, Ava Gray with 2, Maddie Martin with 2, and Cassie Thompson with 5. For Colfax, we got Maddie Barstad leading right now with 13. We have McKenna Shipment with 10. We have Jeanette Hajdukovic with 6. We got Jasmine Best to 2. Emily Bertram Schofield was 2. And number 12, Jillian Bovia with 3. And I made it.
You did. Yeah, in fact, with 12 seconds to spare, you got it in. I'm pretty impressed, Dad. Now we've got Vikings on the floor waiting for the Buffaloes. Buffaloes will have the ball as the possession arrow's in their favor. And we're getting ready to start half number 2. Vikings on top, 36-24. Clark to inbound. She gets it into Hulke. Back over to Clark, high, wide, and right. To Hulke. Hulke crossover. That's to Cassie Thompson. Puts up the 3. It's off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound. Chased down by Clark. Over to Cassie. Over to Hulke. Then it's to Gray. Back over to Hulke. Puts up the 3. It's no good. Long rebound chased down by Clark. Gray puts up a 3. No good. The putback is up by Hulke. It's no good, but she got fouled. I believe it's on Shipman. It is. That's the first personal on McKenna Shipman. First team foul on the Vikings this half. First shot on the way, it's no good. And Hulke's getting ready for her second shot. It's on the way. Off the back there, no good. Rebound taken down by Bertram Schofield for the Vikings. She brings it across the timeline. Gets it over to Best. Out in the center circle. Best tries to feed it down to the lane. Stepping right in the way is Lund. Picks up the ball. They get it to Clark. Clark takes it over to the right side. Gets it to Gray. Drives to the right side of the lane. Ball gets taken away by Barstead, but she can't control it. It rolls out of bounds. It'll be Mondovi ball.
Mondovi's kind of picked up here in the second half.
Clark with it into Gray. She gets it out high to Hulke. Back to Gray between the circles. Feeds it down into the lane to Thompson, but the ball got taken away. Vikings with it, and Best loses the handle. They get the ball to Clark, who lays it in, and she got fouled by Bovie. Vikings having a real problem trying to make connections.
Yeah, Mondovi's being really scrappy right now.
36-26. That's the second personal on Bovie. And Clark gets the +1. Hydorn with it down the floor. Over to Barstead, to Bertram Schofield, left baseline. Stops, feeds it out to Hydorn. Back over to Bertram Schofield on the left side, loses the handle. Down the floor comes Gray. Feeds it over to Clark, but the ball gets intercepted by Shipman. She's going to take it the length of the floor. Ball got knocked out of bounds at the last second by Gray. As Shipman was getting ready to do the layup, Gray stuck her hand in there and knocked the ball out of bounds. Barstead gets it into Olsen. Out to Hydorn. Over to the right side to Bertram Schofield. To Barstead on the left. Underneath to Shipman, who lays it up and in. 38-27. Vikings by 11. Hulke with it across the timeline. She feeds it over to Cassie Thompson. To Clark. To Gray, back out to Clark. Three-pointer on the way, she hit it. Morgan Clark. That's 13 points for her today. Vikings are trying to feed it down on the baseline. Ball got intercepted by the Buffaloes. Hulke with it over to Clark. On the right side. Cassie Thompson back out high to Clark. Clark with a head and shoulders fake. Drives it into the lane. Gets it out to Cassie, and Cassie walks.
Extra little step.
Just a little stutter step. That's all it takes. Barstead inbounds it. Down the floor comes Hydorn. Hydorn pulls up the dribble, and the ball got taken from her. Down the floor goes Clark. Puts it up. It's no good. Shipman with the rebound. Dribbles it off her foot, but it's picked up by Best, and we're going to get a timeout called by the Vikings. So we have a timeout on the floor with the Vikings on top, 38-30. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV and Viking TV.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
When it comes to your finances, security is just so important. Dairy State Bank's online banking and mobile app offers dozens of new and enhanced real-time alerts. Whether an ATM withdrawal is made or a login to your account failed, you'll instantly know. So now, the technology that makes it easier to manage your money is also making it safer. Visit dairystatebank.com or call to learn more. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Vikings inbound the ball. Barstead with it across the timeline. Takes it to the top of the key. Feeds it down underneath the Shipman. Puts it up, and it's good. McKenna Shipman.
She's got 14.
And the Buffaloes bring it down. Barstead slaps it loose, but the Buffaloes grab it back. They get it over to the left side. Long shot. Three-pointer by Gray is good. 40-33, Vikings up by 7. Barstead with it. Over to Hydorn, across the timeline to Olsen in the right corner. Back out high to Barstead. Swinging it over to Bertram Schofield. Three-pointer is good! Emily Bertram Schofield nails the three from the left corner. Down the floor come the Buffaloes. Clark with it. To Gray. Over to Hulke. High, wide, and left. Over to Clark on the right side. Down onto the right wing to Thompson. Spins, drives down to the baseline, puts it up. It's no good. Rebound tipped around, out of bounds. They're going to say it's off the Vikings. So it'll be Mondovi ball.
Yeah, one thing Colfax has to watch right now. Mondovi's getting inside.
Shot by Gray is up. It's partially blocked by Olsen. Goes out of bounds, but a nice block that time by Olsen. 13:43 remaining. Gray with it. Stops at the free throw line. Looks. Gets it over to Hulke. To Clark. Drives the baseline, and she traveled. There was some contact underneath. Caused her to travel.
A Euro step.
That's right. They didn't give it to her.
One of these here.
Vikings have it. High pass, too high for Barstead, is out of bounds. So it'll be Mondovi ball. Everson into the lineup, replacing Thompson. Ball comes into Hulke. Hulke takes it down the left side to Gray, to Clark, to Everson, to Clark at the top of the key. Feeding it over to the left side. Now Clark has it in the left corner. Drives to the lane, puts it up, it's no good. Rebound, picked up off the floor by Barstead. Barstead feeds it to Shipman. Shipman turns, takes it down the lane, puts it up, and we've got a whistle and a blocking foul. Shipman drew the harm at least. Foul was on Amber Lund. It's her first personal. First team foul against the Buffaloes. Her shot is good. Hajdukovic into the lineup, replacing Olsen. Second shot is also good. 45-33, Vikings on top. Buffaloes with it. Losing the handle on it is Clark, but she recovers her step and gets it back. Gets it to Everson, who lays it up and in. Mondovi cuts the lead back to 10. Barstead with it. Between the circles. Takes it down the left side, gets to the left baseline, and she dribbled it off her leg. A lot of that tonight by the Vikings. Off the leg, off the foot.
Yeah, they're getting a little sloppy right now.
Down the floor comes Hulke. Feeding it into the lane to Krybeck. Over to Hulke. Shot goes up. It's no good. Rebound by Shipman. Shipman to Best. Best takes it across the timeline on the right side. She has it high, wide, and right. Down into the right corner to Bovey. Thought about the three. Gets it back out to Best, to Hajdukovic. Back to Bovey. From three. She hit it! Jillian Bovey with the three. That's her second of the night. That accounts for all 6 points of hers. 48-35, Vikings on top. Everson to Clark. Takes it over to the left side. To Gray, back to Everson. Down into the right corner to Hulke. Back out high to Everson. Puts up the three. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Shipman. Gets it to Best. Over to Barstead. Still in the backcourt. Now she takes it across. Feeding it underneath to Hajdukovic. Tries to go up. Got fouled on her way up. It's the advantage of having a big girl underneath.
Yeah, Colfax wanting to move it inside right now.
So Jeanette Everson at the line for two. First one's up and in. By the way, the foul was on Paige Everson. It's her first personal, second team foul. Second shot off the back of the air, no good. Rebound taken down by Gray. She brings it down, tries to get it across the timeline to Clark. Now to Gray, who gets it across. Ball gets knocked loose, though. Shipman with it. Coming down for the Vikings, lays it up, and it goes in. 51-35, Vikings on top. Down the floor come the Buffaloes. Clark with it. She gets it over to Catherine Thompson. Down into the corner to Gray. Back out to Thompson. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound by Shipman. Gets it out to Bovey. To Barstead. To Hajdukovic. Lays it up and in. Nice quick passing that time by the Vikings.
Yeah, Mondovi's not getting back on defense right now.
Gray with it. Feeds it to the lane. Clark took a step. She tried to hold up and let the Vikings go flying by and couldn't quite keep her feet still. So Best with it. Feeds it over to Barstead. They're still in the backcourt. Back to Best. She passes it into the forecourt to Bovey. Three-pointer on the way. It's no good. Buffaloes have it. They come across the timeline. Everson with it. Feeds it to Krybeck, who gets the ball picked out of her pocket. And the Vikings come down the floor. Barstead with a three. She hit the three! Maddie Barstead with a three-pointer, and we've got a timeout called by the Mondovi Buffaloes. 56-35, Vikings on top. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
Simplify your life. Pleasant Valley Properties provides affordable housing and homes in communities in Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. They have staff available to help you locate the home that best meets your needs and desires, as well as service staff that maintains the properties. Contact Pleasant Valley Properties at 715-226-6200. Call today and let them help you get into the home of your dreams. That's Pleasant Valley Properties, 301 Bremer Avenue in Colfax.
And find it's time to harvest, give a call to Aaron's Custom Baling. Aaron will provide you with 4x5 net-wrapped round bales. He can even give your bales that spruced up look with select custom netting if you'd like. Serving Western Wisconsin, that's Aaron's Custom Baling. Call 715-202-0118.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. I wonder how Aaron would bale those snowflakes that are going to come down tomorrow. Big round bales of snow. Down the floor come the Mondovi Buffaloes. Thompson with it, feeds it into the forecourt. It goes out of bounds. She fed it a little bit too long for Clark. And the Vikings will have it. Barstead to inbound. Full court pressure being put on by the Buffaloes. Best has it to Barstead across the timeline. Feeds it over to the right or left side. Three-pointer on the way by Shipman. No good. Rebound taken down. Ball gets saved inbounds. Collision. And we're going to get a foul on Best, I believe. No, they're going to say it just went out of bounds. I thought they called Best with the foul.
Good hustle by both teams.
Catherine Thompson on the dribble across the timeline. Almost let it go back across. Feeds it down into the corner. Now back out to Gray. Gray drives it into the lane, tries to go up. Did not get anywhere with the shot, and the Vikings have the ball. Down the floor comes Best. On the right side, gets it out high to Barstead, to Hajdukovic. Underneath the Shipman, who lays it up and in. 58-35. Vikings opening up a lead. 8:37 to go. Clark with it on the left side. She gets it over to DeWitt. Then down to the baseline to Gray. Takes it to the hole. She got fouled on the way up. Fouls on Barstead.
Her second.
Third team foul. Gray's first shot is on the way. It's good. Olsen, Bertram, Schofield, and Aaliyah Reen into the lineup for the Vikings. Gray's second shot on the way. It's off the air, no good. Olsen with the rebound to Bertram Schofield. Best takes it across the timeline over to Olsen on the left side. Tries to feed it to Shipman. Got tipped out of bounds by Mondovi. So Shipman to inbound. Into the lineup for Mondovi is Maddie Merton. She's only a freshman. Inbound pass to Bertram Schofield. Ball got knocked out of bounds. It'll remain Viking ball. Shipman into Olsen. Olsen puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound, no good on the shot, and it goes out of bounds. Off of Mondovi, it'll be the Vikings ball. Shot comes in to Reen. Reen puts it up, no good. It took the scenic route around the rim. Down the floor comes DeWitt. She gets it out to Catherine Thompson. Over to Merton. Then down into the left corner with a three-pointer is Gray. That's Ava Gray with 9 points on the night. Shipman feeds it up to Best. Over to Bertram Schofield from three, no good. Rebound, Shipman takes it around, puts it up off the glass and in. 60-39, Vikings on top. Down the floor comes Gray. She's on the right side, high, wide, and right. Gets it off to DeWitt. Then they feed it over to the left side. From the top of the key is Thompson, no good. Gray drives the baseline, shot gets blocked. Now the pass gets stolen by Best. Best lays it up and it goes in. 62-39. Buffaloes bring it down the floor. Long three-pointer, it goes in by Gray. They only gave her two, I think. Yep, they only gave her two. Still a long shot. Here comes Best laying it up. It goes in and she drew the harm. Jasmine Best, coast to coast, lays it in, gets the harm. Foul is on Maddie Merton. First personal, third team foul.
Yeah, Mondovi's not getting back in defense right now.
Shot goes up, off the iron, no good. Mondovi comes away with a rebound. Everson gets it over to Gray. Feeds to Hulke down in the left corner. Back out to Gray. To DeWitt. To Merton. Hulke has it on the left side. Back out high to DeWitt. DeWitt from the free throw line. Shot comes up short. Shipman with it. Gets it over to Best. Best down to Reen. To Olsen. Lays it up and off the glass and in. Ainsley Olsen with the two-pointer.
Her first 2 points of the night.
Taking it into the lane and the ball gets stolen. That was out of the hands of Merton. Here comes Best. Takes it down to the edge of the lane to Olsen. Puts the shot up. It's off the iron, no good. And we're going to get a foul on Bertram Schofield on the rebound. A little climbing the back action. That's a third foul on Emily Bertram Schofield. Fourth team foul on the Vikings. Gray with it. Over to the right side to Merton. To Gray from three. It's no good. Rebound by Reen. Best across the timeline. Over to Merton on the right. Or not Merton. Reen. Into the lane to Bertram Schofield. Lays it up and it crawled up over the iron and went down the hole. 68-41. And stealing the pass is Best. Best all alone, takes it up. It doesn't go in, but followed by Shipman. 70-41, and we have a timeout being called. Timeout on the floor by the Buffaloes. Vikings 70, Buffaloes 41. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV and Viking TV.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School boys basketball.
This is what we came in for.
Our next game will be on Saturday, December 11th when the Vikings travel to UW Stouting Menominee to take on the Chippewa Falls McDonald Max. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pregame around 11:25 a.m. That's live Colfax Viking boys basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Saturday, December 11th.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School girls basketball. Our next game will be on Tuesday, December 14th when the Vikings host the Durand Panthers. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pregame at 6:55 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking Girls Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Tuesday, December 14th.
Back here at Colfax High School where the Vikings are starting to take command, 70-41, or should we say Jasmine Best is taking command.
Yeah, but Jasmine and McKenna.
Mondovi brings the ball across the timeline. Clark with it on the dribble. She's high, wide, and left. Comes around to the right side. Comes off the screen, cross-court pass to Everson, puts up the three, no good. Clark with the rebound. Bounce pass underneath, and that's up and in by Gray. 70-43. Vikings up by 27. Pass a little bit high for Barstead, intercepted by Everson, but she loses control. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Vikings ball. Today's Viking profile, Jenna Goodell to inbound the ball. She gets it in to Hydorn. Hydorn across the timeline. Spins. Gets it over to Reen. To Barstead on the right side. Spins. Feeds it down to Olsen underneath. Lays it up. It does not go in. Down the floor comes Clark. She puts it up. No good. Rebound taken down by Hydorn. Pulls up high, wide, and right. Gets it to Goodell. Over to the left side to Barstead. Out high to Reen. Between the circles to Barstead on the left. Three-pointer on the way. She hit the three. Vikings up by 30. 73-43. 3:35 to go. Mondovi brings it across the timeline. At the top of the key, then it goes to Gray. Shot goes up, it's short, and out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball. We have some substitutions coming in. Hajdukovic in to replace Barstead, who gets a good hand. Olsen to inbound. Long pass. Got it to Hydorn. Lays it up and it goes in. Olsen giving her Aaron Rodgers impersonation there.
That was a good
Drop
pass.
that ball right in the bucket. Buffaloes put the shot up. It's no good. Reen with the rebound. Gets the pass to Hydorn. Hydorn takes it to the right side, gets it over to Reen. Wide and right. Out to Goodell, and she can't control it, loses it across the timeline. So it's an over and back call. 75-43, Vikings on top. 2:46 to go. Mondovi with the ball. Cassie Thompson gets it over to DeWitt. DeWitt down into the corner to Cece Anderson. Ball's loose, picked up by Olsen. She tries to feed it to Hydorn, and it got knocked out of bounds by the Buffaloes. That was knocked out of bounds by Statter. Pass to Hydorn. She brings it down the floor. Feeds it to Hajdukovic, but feeds it a little bit too high for Hajdukovic. Goes out of bounds.
Both teams playing pretty hard yet.
Down the floor comes Merton. Feeding it off to the right side. Then into the lane. And the pass across the lane stolen by Hydorn. She gets it to Olsen, back to Hydorn. Hydorn on the dribble. Hydorn tries to pass it, gets it picked up by Olsen. Olsen takes it down the lane. Puts it up off the glass and in the hole. 4 points for Olsen on the night. Merton with it. Over to Anderson on the right. To Statter. Back out to Anderson. Now it's Cassie Thompson. Statter takes it into the lane. Shot goes up. It's no good. Reen with the rebound, but it got knocked out of her hands and out of bounds by DeWitt. So it'll be Viking ball. 1:21 to go. Olsen inbounds it to Goodell. Goodell brings it down the floor. All the way down to the baseline. Gets it back to Reen. Over to Hydorn, to Olsen, lays it up, it does not go in. Hajdukovic puts the shot up, it's no good, but she drew the harm.
Yeah, good job by Ainsley Olsen and Jeanette Hajdukovic to stay down around the rim.
You know, and if you don't get the shot to go, oftentimes you get to go to the line. Hajdukovic missed everything that time.
Yeah, just hang around.
Good things happen that way. Second shot on the way, no good. Rebound by Mondovi. Down the floor comes CeCe Anderson. Takes it to the baseline. Now she's trapped down there. Gets it out to Statter. Passing into the lane, intercepted by a combination of Goodell and Olsen. Olsen with it at the timeline. She's trapped over there. Now it's to Hydorn. Hydorn takes it to the right side to Goodell, high, wide, and right. To Hydorn between the circles. 33 seconds. Vikings looking to run a little clock. Pass to Olsen on the left. To Goodell. 24 seconds. To Hydorn. Hydorn dribbles over to the right side. She gets it to Goodell. Goodell feeds it out to Olsen. 10 seconds to go. To Reen. Crowd comes alive. Hydorn has it. To Goodell. 1 second, and that's going to do it. Final score. Colfax Vikings 77. And the Mondovi Buffaloes they took it off the scoreboard before I saw it. 43. Holy cow. All right, we'll have a very quick Viking postgame coming up right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Girls Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
Time now for Viking postgame, with a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. And now, Viking postgame.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, where the girls Viking girls just won part one of our doubleheader today over the Mondovi Buffaloes, 77-43. We'll have the boys game coming up in just a minute. But Dan, run down those scores for us real quick.
Yeah, here's the scores for Mondovi tonight. Their leading scorer was number 22, Ava Gray. She had 13. We had Morgan Clark with 11. We had Cassie Thompson with 5. We had Josie Hulke with 5. We had Paige Everson with 4. And we had Maddie Merton with 2. For the Colfax Vikings, their leading scorer tonight was number 42, McKenna Shipman. She had a season high tonight with 24 points. We had number 22, Maddie Barstead with 19. That was her season high. We had Emily Bertram Schofield. She had 7. We had Jillian Bovey with 6. We had Ainsley Olsen with 4. We had Jasmine Best with 4. We had Jeanette Hajdukovic with 3. And Molly Hydorn with 2. So many to get through.
And what we're going to do right now is we're going to actually, for those of you that are watching, we're going to turn off our stream for just a moment, get things reconfigured, and we'll be back in just a minute or so with Viking pregame for the boys game. So you've been tuned to Viking postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.